Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim Awesome Naya. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, this woman who called a black child the N word some time ago came out again to say that, yeah, she knew that she went near and that she's back again, that people are saying that she did not catch up the money. And she's saying that she got everything from the money that was crowdfunded. And I am in shock because, like, I don't know how I feel. I remember coming here because Black people tried blocking that crowdfunding, and to me, I felt that it was properly done. But I think she got the money because she came out to say. I mean, she came out to thank the people that gave her the money. And while the donation was going on, I was seeing people donate. Someone donated 10,000 USD, 1,005, 3,000. And why would a reasonable person or a Christian or a human being support such cause? But now it dawned on me that this is something Black people has been screaming and telling us how they've been living, how they've been treated, and how life has been for them. Unfortunately, we didn't know so much. The media also did their thing, but we know better now. We feel, oh, I am not in, but I can understand what you people go through at this point in time. Let's get into this video.
Shiloh Hendris is scared.
Hi everyone, I'm Shiloh Hendris. I wanted to take a little time to talk to you all about what's been going on with my fundraiser and kind of the aftermath of the park situation. Also some concerns that have been brought to my attention. There are a lot of people who think that this has all been a scam, that I haven't been getting my money and that it's not going to me. I have gotten every dime of my money. It's all gone to me. Nobody has asked me for any money. So there's that. Rest assured, all the money has gone to me. I also just want to say how proud I am of everybody and just showing what can happen if we tribe up and if we stick together and if we keep fighting back. Our future, our existence depends on standing up for ourselves and not backing down. And we just have to keep on going. There's no other option. I mean, what else are we going to do? You can't be afraid of words. Don't be afraid of the people who are so fragile to a word. Again, I just want to say that I am so grateful for all of my supporters and all of my people who have been with me through all of this. And yeah, I haven't said anything on here. I haven't done any sort of videos or spoke to anybody really. So I felt like it was about time to clear the air and just kind of, keep you updated with what's going on. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you everyone. And I will talk.
This video does not give me freedom or I'm happy or I got a lot of money, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Imagine getting all that money and not being able to go anywhere. Everybody knows who you are. You don't know when somebody gonna potentially beat the shit out of you for the shit you ever said about a autistic black child. Shiloh is in bondage for the rest of her life. She's not gonna be able to do nothing without, allegedly TikTok security. It's only a matter of time for somebody to go across that dome. Allegedly. And Shiloh just might get some charges pressed against her ass.
Update, Shiloh Hendris. Remember that young lady who made it very clear that she's going to use whatever words that she wants, right? Yep. And how they held on to her money. She made a report to everybody on social media that she's gotten every single dime. Every single dime. And then she went into this whole, we need to, and I'm not showing the video. I'm not doing it because I'm not supporting hatred. That's not what we do over here. So she said, We need to start standing up for ourselves. And standing up to what? Standing up to the fact that you called a child with autism, no matter what their race was, the N-word. And then you set up a GoFundMe or a Give Send Go, and Give Send Go stood behind you 100% and went on a news platform and said that they stood behind you without saying that they stood behind you, but they wouldn't back down from giving you your money. And then Keandria, y'all go ahead and check her out. Listen, she went so far as to find out where the money was being processed through Block and then through Square, which of course is still Block, right? Then we found out all of the companies that are under Block. We've got Afterpay. We've got, what was the other one? Like I said, Square. And then there's another one, Cash App, that's also a part of it. And then, so now she's started a campaign called Square Up, where we actually have to start holding these businesses that process our money for us. We need to start holding them accountable, because if you said that you were against racism and hatred and discrimination, then you need to do that from the top to the bottom and all the way around, and you didn't do that. So Miss Shiloh got all her money, y'all. She got all her money. That's all. That's all. She got all her money. Yep. And so now it's officially okay to just, let me tell you something. When I tell you we have not seen the last of people like that, they are emboldened. One woman said she will do what she wants because Trump is here now. It's going to be some people that are planting apple seeds expecting watermelons that don't realize that you do absolutely reap what you sow. Pass this on if you didn't know. Shiloh says she got all her money. Go ahead with that.
Hi everyone, I'm Shiloh Hendris. I wanted to take a little time.
I was eating my lunch and I literally just threw my salad away. This woman that you see, Shiloh Hendris, basically made $1 million or maybe more for calling a child the N-word. So if you want to know where we are in our country, that's where we are. That's where we are. When are we going to call a thing a thing? I get it. You guys don't want to deal with it. I get it that people want to be able to be racist. And all I'm saying is that's fine. But then don't get mad when people say you're racist. She's raised over $1 million for calling a child one of the just most despicable words. It's not just a word. The history, it's vile. But you guys want to be able to say it, so go ahead. Say it. Do it. If that makes you, if a word that holds so much hurt for other people makes you feel good to say it, say it. Say it. I'm tired of people saying that Black people cannot voice our frustration with the direction our country's going in. The reason why G0t is shipping in, not shipping, we got shipped. They're being flown in white Afrikaners is because in South Africa, they're trying to make up, they're trying to address and acknowledge their years of apartheid. Here, we won't do that. We will not acknowledge officially the long-term ramifications of slavery and what that has done to adjust the playing field. It does not mean that Black people can't be successful or that Black people can't make it in this world. It is the reality that the rules were different for a very, 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 very long time. And that has made a difference even today in the wealth distribution in this country. But you know what? You can make more than $1 million, just disparaging children. So there's that. I'm just sick. I'm literally sick to my stomach. But it is what it is.
I don't give a flying fuck if you are on the right side, the left side, the upside, the downside, the crooked, sideways, middle, whatever the fuck side politically you are on. I don't give a fuck. If you're acting like a dumb asshole, I'm gonna say something about it. especially if you are a true racist in your core, at your heart. Okay, the fact that, and I'm referring to the previous video that I did regarding Shiloh Hendris, because the way that I have people from the left and the right coming for me, it's a little fucking confusing. Not from the left. I expect this from the left party. Let's be fucking honest. You guys are cuckoo crazy, which is why I left the left party back in 2020, because you guys are literally batshit fucking crazy. All of you guys should be locked up in a goddamn mental institute. This video is gonna get taken down, but whatever. But I don't expect this from the right side. At least not anybody who's not from the far right extreme side. Because let's be honest, there are extremes on the right and the left. But the people who are like, oh, well, this is our form and the Carmelo Anthony. Why are you giving this girl a platform? You could use literally any other situation where racism doesn't fucking factor in. Use any other person who's not a goddamn racist to prove your point. Okay, I understand that we all have liberal fatigue. A lot of you guys are saying that it's black fatigue. To me, it is liberal fatigue. We all have liberal fatigue. I'm fucking tired of liberals. Liberals are tired of liberals. But why are you guys using Shiloh Hendris as an example against liberal fatigue to stand up for the voices of whites? I get it. I'm with you. I think that everybody's voice should be taken into consideration equally. All right? I don't think that whites should be silenced for being fucking white. But to use Shiloh Hendris as an example to prove your point is just fucking bananas. Actually bananas. Do you hear yourself? You want to use an actual racist, some girl who was using the N slur against a child with autism to prove the point that you are trying to make, that we should have free speech? Sure, yeah, great, take your free speech. You are not free from consequence. Just so y'all are aware, this crazy extreme thought process that everybody in the world needs to be able to say exactly what they want to say without having any consequence is the exact reason that we're never going to win. Okay, are we in power, that's a terrible way to put that, but are we in the office currently? Like, is this our current administration? Yeah, absolutely. But you're not going to win the next one, and you're never going to win the majority of the party that's somewhere in the middle if you continue to fall back on the extremes. And this is exactly why the Democrats lost. So why do you want to develop the exact same poor habits that you've been crying about the Democrats taking the past few years, right? Everybody's been against it. Everybody's been screaming about how fucking batshit crazy they are, myself included. And now you're going to act the exact same way just to offset their craziness? Crazy doesn't always offset crazy, okay? Sometimes you need to bring sound reasoning and logic to the table because it's not okay. And I do not claim those of you guys, and I'm sure Donald J. Trump would not claim you guys either in the MAGA party. A terrible way of pretending to have his accent. But no, we don't claim you guys that are okay with putting a racist on a pedestal, because no, we're not doing that. Do I also think tinfoil conspiracy theory here? Do I also think that a lot of people who are giving her money are actually MAGA? Absolutely not. I have seen at least 15 fake accounts from people who are pushing like this white excellence bullshit. It's very clearly like Democrats in disguise with these fake fucking accounts who are doing this because they're all fake. They're all fucking fake. They don't like anything. Zero followers. It's bullshit. But I do have a conspiracy theory that I think that a lot of people from like the liberal elite are giving her money to push this narrative that that's what the Republican Party stands for. When I don't think that that's the case. Do I think there are racists in the Republican Party? Sure. Yeah. I think there are far more racists on the left side than there are on the right side. But yes, there are racists on the right side as well. The far extreme right side. And regardless of the side that you fall on, I'm going to speak out against it because you cannot control the color of your skin. I'm like, you guys are like, oh my God, I'm going to call it out regardless. If you are fucking crazy and you're rude and you're mean and you are supporting racist, I'm going to call you a cuckoo crazy person because you are. And we don't support you. As somebody who is MAGA, we don't support you.
Who do you think created this environment where people can prosper more than they can prosper anywhere else in the world? White people. Who do you think gave black people the right to vote? White people. Freedom. White people. Citizenship. White people. Black people couldn't give that to themselves. Who corrected the wrong? White people. Like at what point do we say we have to stop bashing our brothers and sisters because some people, a part of their race, did bad things? Because if you ask me today, with the logic that some people of the melanin think about white people, black people are far worse than white people. Because today, the leading murderer, probably for the last 60 years, the leading murderer of black people are black people. The leading rape, the people who are raping black people are black people. The scammers, they scamming their own people. The drug pushers, they pushing drugs and zombitizing their own people. I made that word up. It's called making people zombies. You know, deputizing, they zombitizing people. They creating zombies in their own community. The people who are screwing black kids up in school, they parents and the teachers at the school. Like, black people are destroying themselves and are the biggest detriment to black people in the last 100 years than anybody else in recorded history. So I'm saying this to say, me, as an impartial Christian, that's a God-fearing man first before any color, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, this is why Shiloh Hendris exists. It's because the overcorrection that has happened, and white people now are having to overcorrect in the other direction. It would have never happened if the government would have stayed out of folks' business. We should have never forced desegregation from the government. I feel like people in due season, with love and appreciation and free market, will begin to collaborate and overcome differences. The government had no mother freaking business segregating and desegregating because people weren't lawfully segregated. Then the government comes in with Jim Crow laws and force segregation onto people and force black people have to do this and white people do this. Forced, separate, but equal. The government did that. And then what did the government do? Once they get you in a pickle, they create a situation where you can't get out the pickle. Because if you guys have ever noticed, and I think this reigns true no matter where you stand, when you begin to prioritize one, you alienate the other, which create controversy. I have 2 sons. If I begin to overcompensate for one son, it's going to cause the other son to be envious. And the other son's envy is not necessarily going to be perpetuated against me. It's going to be perpetuated against his other sibling. So that means now he see all this happen and he get jealous and say, you know what? Nah, screw him, man. You know, you're always doing stuff for him. You'll never do that for me. And animosity starts. That's why you don't do your kids like that. That's why you don't have favorite kids. You treat both of your kids or all your kids equal. They're different. They have different needs, but you treat them equal with love and support in the areas in which they are involved in. The same thing you do with Americans. You don't overcompensate and give black people things they didn't earn, because what happens is the good qualified white people begin to be envious and say, man, you know what? They didn't earn that. And that's not fair to me that he didn't earn it. And so when he show up to work, you looking at him like, and it ain't even his fault. The company decides to hire him when they shouldn't have hired him. But I'm telling you, the anger don't come out against the company, more so they come out against the person who you physically have to work with every day. You think if they give a woman who's not qualified an opportunity to be a pilot, how do you think other pilots going to treat that woman? Everything she do will be scrutinized. That's not fair. She don't deserve that. Let her win it with her own merit. When you have Joe Biden saying, I'm going to pick a black Supreme Court justice. Therefore, everything Ketanji Brown Jackson did was scrutinized. It's like, whoa. Did you pick her because she's black or did you pick her because she's qualified? Therefore, her lack or her people not knowing her qualifications and you purporting that it's her race that you're using to determine it, people see her race more than they see any of her accomplishments. She could have been the most accomplished Supreme Court justice in United States history, but since you made it about race, people can't see her accomplishment because it's about race. We got to stop doing this. So give me a comment in the comment section what you think about Hendris. But she raised over $785,000 on her GoFundMe. And I want to say this real quick because Jordan, my researcher, she had put this in place for me to talk about, and I just was running my mouth and I skipped over it. I want to hit 2 points. Can I hit 2 points real quick? And Nick, in pre-production, you can cut it the way you want it, because I said a lot of superfluous stuff. But I really want to talk about the difference between free speech and hate speech. Let's understand this very clearly. This is going to take me, I don't know, like 2 minutes to do. Free speech versus hate speech. People have to understand, just because it hurts your feelings don't mean it's hate speech. You know, and hate speech do not supersede free speech until hate speech turns into violence. Let me give you an example. If I walked up to a corner store and I said, F you, you N-word, hey, N-word, give me that, ring my coffee up, N-word. There's not a crime against saying that to somebody. You are an idiot for doing it, but it's not a crime. Also, in a private business, they can say, I'm not going to serve you because I don't like the way you're behaving in my establishment. You could be outside and somebody can roll by, hey, N's, hey, N-words, hey, saltines. You can say whatever you want to say to people. Because to be honest, it only should bother you if you let it. Now, somebody getting in your face and trying to put their hands on you, that's a different story. But the only way speech begins to be speech that's protected against, meaning thwarted over, related to the Constitution, is if it becomes violent. Meaning that I'm telling you, let's go out and let's take out all the white people, right? So you have the free speech to call white people a name that you want to, but when you start saying, let's go take them out, Let's go say something that's going to induce violence. Let's go hail Hitler. You going and doing stuff like that creates an environment where people's lives begin to be in danger. And therefore, the government has to step in to protect other people's rights. But when it comes to calling people the F word, calling people the N word, people can say what they want to say, man. And we got to understand that's free speech. You have to deal with you not being so soft all the time and letting words get to you. Somebody can call me an N word right now. Now, I may feel disrespected, but they have the right to say whatever they want to say. I walk away from the person. I don't do business with the person. I have freedoms and choices to navigate. It is rare that you will ever hear somebody call me an N word in my face. It has never happened in my personal life, only when I was a cop and they knew I couldn't put my hands on them. But why were they doing it? Because they were racist? No, because they want to trigger me. But it is up to you to decide whether or not you're going to let something affect you or not. And you got to be the weakest, most ignorant, crybaby, sorry son of a gun if somebody call you a name and you get offended. He called me the N-word. Shut up. People back in the day, they used to beat people and hang people from a tree. That's enough to get offended. Calling a word is weak-minded. Brandon, you an Uncle Tom sellout. Do I care that you are ignorant enough to call me some foolish name? Tell that to my wife, tell that to my bank account, tell it to my employees, tell it to my influence online, tell it to my subscriber number. You tell that to them. All right? Speak that into that and see where it goes. It goes nowhere. You ain't going to change my marital status by calling me Uncle Tom. You're not going to change my bank account. You're not going to change my employees. The impact that I'm making in the world, my subscriber number is not going to go down because you called me Uncle Tom. And I still have an incredible amount of value that I know I have to the public. I go and speak to minorities all the time. More black people come up to me than anybody else nowadays.
Shiloh Hendris, man, you was one sad lady. You was one sad lady if you sit here thinking that you done something because you done raised all this money, you know what I'm saying, money that you shouldn't have never got, you know what I'm saying, because all you did was disrespected a little kid, you know what I'm saying, you being racist toward a little boy with autism, and these folks then felt sorry for you and gave you all this money, and so now you thinking you done something. I saw a comment a while ago where it said that she's our Rosa Parks. What in the hell is wrong with these people, man? Like how is she the white Rosa Parks? No sir. She ain't doing nothing that cause affect change. No. Disrespecting a little child. You think that's being a hero? That's being a coward. Man, wake up, people.
This is all I got from this video. And the fact that somebody is standing on his own rock, saying that there is nothing wrong with her saying what she said. Now, this is what I'm going to tell my people. You know, sometimes I think as it stands, what they do is say one or two things and then rat money out. Because to my greatest surprise, I am in shock that she got that money. Because at some point, I remember that I reported that the account was blocked, you know, and she wouldn't be able, the crowdfunding was blocked, that she wouldn't be able to get the money. To my greatest surprise, this woman made 700 and some, maybe almost $1 million US just for saying a negative word against a child. And people paid that kind of money. I mean, I saw people donating 1,500, 2,000 USD, 10,000 USD. Wow. That is also to let you know how much the people you've been living with, how much they think about you, how much they care about you, how much they want you in their space. Because I have never seen anything like this. This particular one. But it is what it is. And why is she actually hiding? Like, you are talking, you made all the money. Or how come you made all the money? And why are you hiding? She was actually talking like she was hiding or her life is in danger. Of course. One thing I know for sure is that eventually one day that money will finish. She's going to face the world. And it won't be long. It won't be long. You will also hear the story. Like the woman that almost got a black man in trouble. That never, as of last year, she doesn't have a job. And she's saying that black people ruined her because of because black people called her out. Now, I don't know how racist you will be, to or how vile or how mean somebody could be to, like, see a child 5 years, and use such word on a child. I mean, that tells a lot about you. And she also got the guts to say that, some people are being fragile. Who is being fragile with you? If there is anybody fragile, you and your weak butts, people that contributed that money for you, are all fragile. Yeah. And I am not going to say much because I am still trying to wrap my head around how she got that money for calling somebody a slaw. And these people, really, I don't know how I feel, but I feel like it's man, I cannot deal, really. I cannot. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.